Thank you, Mr. President. We have a request with respect to this part of appreciation. During the consultations, our delegation submitted a second statement wasn't included in this report. We wish to reflected the second statement of its all form. I can articulate the added para. The Turkish delegation said that he wished to add some of the additions that Turkey is objecting to the participation of the non-governmental organizations and recommend all the participants to repeat or articulate what has been said by Turkey ethically. Because we are talking about terrorist organizations that the death of 136 innocent people in each statement we've heard, we never listened to that. This organization did not support veto. Therefore, Turkey is rejecting its participation. Also, he will take its recommendation to their capital by affirming the internal system is open and there is no space to exchange an added mechanism, and said that his delegation is open to any discussion, but Turkey never accepted any change of any internal system. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you to the state of Turkey, and we've been informed of such intervention. We move on particularly to this part in each paragraph because I feel its sensitivity. Para 31, page number 10.
هل يوجد أي تعليق على الباراجراف؟
Then we'll move on to para 32. Thirty-three. 34. 35.
تفضل دولة إيران.
State of Iran, you have the floor. Thank you, Mr. President. My comments on para 34, I wish to add a slight amendment of this paragraph. When mentioned this issue, there is noted that in English, in the fourth line of the text, I wish to articulate our amendment. I would like to indicate in this para that that has any comment on the objection stated on the participation of the non-governmental organization of this convention or this conference, but he expressed his concern of some statement articulated of by the delegations of this morning. I would send this amendment to the Sec General to be included. Thank you, Mr. President. We'll take this into consideration to be added in the report.
أعطي الآن
And
الكلمة
now we'll give the floor to the state of Mexico.
شكرا جزيلا لك
Shukran.
سيدي الرئيس. لقد
Thank you,
طلبت
Mr.
الكلمة
President. I
بشأن هذه
requested
المسألة
the
لأننا
statement with regard to this
لا نرى
point because we don't see
ما تقدم به وفدي من
what
مداخلة
being
معكوسا في هذه الفقرة. لربما
presented
علينا
is
أن نوجز
reflected or revised in this issue.
ما تقدمنا به أو أن نرسل
Or we
ملاحظة
can
خطية
send a
تعكس
written
ما
notice
قلناه في
that
خلال تلك المداخلة
reflects
إلى
what
الأمانة
we've said in
ولنتطلع
this
قدما إلى ذلك.
intervention
شكرا.
to the Sec General, and we look forward for that. Thank you, Mr. President, and we are waiting for the
سيتم تضمينها
written comment to be included in the report. And now we'll give the floor to Shaina.
Thank you, Mr. President.
شكرا
Thank you,
لك
Mr.
سيدي
President,
الرئيس على إعطاء الكلمة.
for giving me the chance
لقد
on the
سبق
floor.
وأرسلت ملاحظاتي الخطية
I
إلى
sent
الأمانة.
previously my written
تريدني أن
notice.
أقرأها الآن؟
Do you wish to articulate it before you now? Yes, please.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank
شكرا
you,
لك سيدي
Mr.
الرئيس.
President.
فيما يتعلق
With
بالفقرة
respect
الخامسة
to paragraph
والثلاثين
35,
في السطر
in
الأول
the first line,
Of dealing with the objections,
حين جرت الإشارة إلى عدم
we've
صدور أي
been
بيانات
pointed
تعارض
that
مشاركة
there is
المنظمات
no
غير
statement
الحكومية
that
من حيث
rejecting the
المبدأ جرت
non-governmental
مناقشة
organization principally,
هذه المسألة
the
إلى
consultation being made
ما لا نهاية لوقت طويل
that that had a long
الدورة
time
الأخيرة
since the last
من المؤتمر
session of the conference.
تواصلت
while emphasizing
نقاشات هذه المسألة مع
The
التشديد
discussions continued
state parties
أن
with
الدول الأطراف
strengthen that the member states or the state
يحق
parties
be able to
have the right
exercise their
أن
to
تمارس
exercise their right
of making objections
of making objection
convention
وفقا لأحكام
according to
الاتفاقية
the
والنظام
rules of the
الداخلي.
convention and the internal system,
and such right
وهذا الحق
comma, and that right should be respected and to be taken
بعد إذن
seriously.
نواصل.
And
أشار
then we continue,
ونحذف المسائل
and
أو
we
المسألة
should
أنه
cross
من
out
المهم
the
في نظر الدول الأطراف
measurement that it is very important for the state parties
a long-term solution
تجد حلا
to
طويل
find a
الأمد
long
فاصلا
solution, comma,
بدلا من أشار
instead
مرارا
of
وتكرارا وتوجيه
pointed
أصابع
out
اللوم
repeatedly
بعضها
by
إلى بعض. شكرا
blaming
جزيلا. سأتوقف
each
عند
other.
هذا
So
الحد.
thank you very much. I stop here till this for now.
تم إحاطتنا وسيتم
Being
عكس
informed,
هذه الإضافة.
and this addition will be included within the report.
أعطي
We
الكلمة
give the floor to the state of Pakistan. Thank you,
شكرا
Mr.
لك سيدي
President.
الرئيس. أود فقط أن
I
أقول
wish,
أن وفدي
I just
أيضاً
wish
أطلق
that my
بيان
delegation
بموجب هذا البند من جدول الأعمال.
stipulated
ولكنني لا
its
أرى هذا
statement
البيان هنا.
with this
لربما
article of the
عكس
agenda,
في
but I
مكان
did
آخر.
not
قد سبق
see
وأرسلت هذا
it
البيان إلى
here.
الأمانة
I
خطيئا. شكرا.
previously sent my statement in written. Thank you. We'll review your comment, and your statement will be included in the report.
نذهب الآن
We'll
إلى
move on to page number 11,
البند
the
36.
article 36.
سبعة وثلاثين
37,
ثمانية وثلاثين
38,
تسعة وثلاثين
Page number 39.
40.
40.
نذهب الآن إلى
We move on
اعتماد
to adopt the office report on mandate documentation, para 42 till 43 on page number 11.
لو مفيش أي تعليقات
If you have no
نذهب إلى الصفحة الأخيرة.
comments, we'll move on to the page, the last page, Article 44 till Article 48.
لا توجد تعليقات.
No further comments. Thank you
على ملاحظاتكم
for your
على
notice
التي ترد
and
بالتاريخ.
intervention that the
خلي أنا
report will
أعتبر
include.
الاجتماع
Shall I consider
واعتماد هذا الجزء من
the
التقرير
meeting or the session would like to adopt this report in its form amended verbally?
أوكي. قد تقرر ذلك.
Has decided.
احنا عندنا الإجمالي
Now we have
الإضافات
the total additions. This is the original report from add 1 till add 9. We'll start with add 1.
ثانيا تنظيم الدورة.
Secondly, to the organization of the session, the public discussion. The first page has article from 1 till 2.
هل يوجد أي تعليق؟
Any comments?
لو ما فيش تعليقات
If you have no comments, we'll move on to the next page, page number 2.
البنود
Articles from 3, 4, 5, and a part of Article 6.
لو ما كانش فيه
If
تعليقات
you have no comments in page number 2, we'll move on to page number 3.
الصفحة 4.
Page number 4.
أعطي الكلمة
Now we'll give the floor to the United States of America. Thank you, Mr. President. On page 4,
من الضميمة الأولى تود الولايات المتحدة
the United States of
أن
America
تقترح
wish to
إضافة
suggest and add a sentence between the two paras, the 12 till 13, includes many speakers highlighted
الضوء على الدور الهام
the important
الذي يقوم
role
به المجتمع المدني
sponsor
مكافحة الفساد.
the international community is shouldering in combating corruption is a single sentence between the para 12 till 13. I repeat, many speakers highlighted the important role of the international community in combating corruption. We'll take this notice onto considerations, and now I'll give the floor to the state of Romania.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr.
شكرا
President.
جزيلا لك سيدي الرئيس على إعطائنا الكلمة. أود أن
I
أعود
wish
قليلا إلى
to
الفقرة
get back a
11
little wee bit to the para 10, the first line.
متحدثون كثر
Many speakers encouraged the state parties to
بعض
join
الجهات
by
عملية استعراض
some
التنفيذ ونود أن
organizations
نضيف
to
ما يلي.
explore the execute the implementation. I would like to add
الشديدة
that they express their big concern
ممارسة حق
regard
الاعتراض
practicing the right of objection on attending
ممثلين عن منظمات غير حكومية
unofficial organization of the work of the proceeding of the conference. I repeat, they expressed their big concern in practicing the right of objection
حضور
on the attendance of representatives of unofficial organizations on the proceedings of the conference. And I repeat, this intervention to the Sick General, if necessarily, thank you, this addition will be included in the final report.
صفحة 5.
Page number 5.
قبل أن أنتقل
Before I move into page 5, there is an intervention of Cuba. You have the floor.
شكرا جزيلا
Thank you
حضرة الرئيس.
very much, Mr. President.
في عملا بالاقتراح الذي قدمته
Working on
الولايات
the suggestions presented by USA add an addition between the para 12 till the para 13, we wish in our role to add a comma, and in the same time other delegates highlighted the pivotal role provided by its state in combating corruption. This is the ad we wish to be included in the report.
إعادة الفقرة تاني.
Can you repeat
نتمكن
the
من
para
تدوينها.
again in order to
كوبا.
um,
أرجو إعادة الفقرة مرة أخرى.
can you please repeat the para once again?
قطعا حضرة الرئيس.
Certainly, Mr. President.
عملا بالاقتراح الذي قدمته الولايات المتحدة نود بدورنا في نفس الفقرة أن نضيف فاصلة إلى آخرها على أن نقول ومن جهة أخرى أو بينما أبرزت دول أخرى الدور المحوري الذي تطلع به الدول في مكافحة الفساد. هذه هي إضافته.
شكرا. سيتم عقد هذه الإضافة في التقرير النهائي. وأعطي الكلمة الآن لدولة تركيا.
شكرا حضرة الرئيس. بعد الإضافة بين
Following the addition between the para 12 till the para 13, wish also to add the following. And one of the speakers affirmed that the unofficial organization to be supported, with exception those which support terrorism. Please repeat your addition, please. Please repeat your addition or your para you wish to add. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I repeat, one of the speakers of NGO that we should support the NGOs except those which support terrorism. This is what we've said in our statement originally. Thank you. And your addition will be included in the within the final communique or the final report. Are there any other comments on page number 4? Shall we move on to page number 5? We'll move on to page number 5, article 19 till 29.
لو ما فيش تعليقات في الصفحة 5 ننتقل إلى الصفحة.
Comment on page 5. We'll move on to the last page of this annex, page number 6.
أعطي الكلمة
We'll give the floor
للجمهورية الإيرانية.
to the Republic of Iran. Thank you, Mr. President. I wish to express some delegation, including my delegation, said some notice of unilateral measurement that hasn't been included in the report. Therefore, we wish, or our delegation wish to suggest. Yes, please. It could be a paragraph between the second and the fourth. I will read it out. Some speakers underscored that they are facing some international barriers and challenges in combating and preventing corruption. Unilateral coercive measures that breach the main principle of the international law and the principles stipulated in the UN Convention that hinder the distribution, the required fundraising to combat corruption internationally, as well as hinder the engagement of these countries, in particular of the asset recovery. And I will report the Secretary General by the addition by the email. And now we'll give the floor to the Secretary General to clarify. Thank you, Mr. President. This statement
The original statement by Iran. Thank you.
wasn't translated into English, and therefore we wish to hear it again from the state of Iran.
هل يمكن دولة إيران
Can you please restate your statement till the to be written accurately in English? Yes, Mr. Chairman, I will read out this statement and I'll send it by email to the Tech General. Some speakers reasserted that they are facing some international challenges, international barriers in combating and preventing corruption, such as taking unilateral coercive measures that violated the main principles of the international law, and as well as the principles stipulated in the UN Convention that hinder the allocations of the required fundraising in combating the corruption in the international arena, as well as put obstacles before the state parties, in particular in the asset recovery as well as the crime revenues. Thanks to the Iranian Republic, and your addition will be included within the report, or the final report. Thank you for your interventions. Shall I consider that the session wished to adopt this part of the report of its form amended verbally? Now I'll give the floor to the state of Venezuela. Thank you very much, Mr. President. My delegation is wish to support and praise Iran's suggestion to include this text as an addition, because it reflects a part of our statement, and therefore, Mr. President, we support Cuba's statement. This will be taken into consideration. Your addition will be included within the final report. Shall I consider to adopt this part of this report of its form amended verbally as it is? I cannot see any comments. It's been decided as it is. Now we'll move on to add to L1, add 2. We have 2 till 9. Add to page number 1. To review the execution or the implementation of UN Convention in combating corruption.
الصفحة الثانية.
The second page.